sparkly.
I'm bubbly.
And together, we're Mineragua.
The fresh, sparkling water for those who are bubbling over with life.
And crave new experiences.
Are you thirsty for adventure, more laughs, and more excitement?
With Mineragua in hand, it's easy to live life with sparkle.
Just look for the glass bottles with tiny bubbles wrapped in blue.
And you'll taste and feel the difference of Mineragua sparkling water.
Mineragua, get your fizz.
Odyssey now has hundreds of new exclusive music stations for you to discover your new summer soundtrack.
Get moving with worthy workouts for a cardio sesh fueled by today's top artists.
Hanging with your crew? Throw it back with Picnic Party for old school jams for your cookout.
Or sail away with Odyssey's new yacht rock station, Jugger Yacht.
There are hundreds of new exclusive stations to check out today.
For summer barbecues,
road trips,
or relaxing poolside.
For every mood, every interest, every passion. By Odyssey. Brought to you in part by Macy's and Geico.
Hey, Ola, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
It's Ola, and welcome in. Great radio stations now like 96.5 WCMF. Speaking of Rochester's classic rock, also our friends at Bayou 95.7 in New Orleans and Big Dog 97.9 in Joplin, Missouri. Big show for you today as we talk about things that you buy that at the time they kind of seem like maybe this is the best purchase in the world, or maybe it was a funny purchase, but either way, that you can go back and laugh about it now. Now, we do have a list of the 25 worst things that you can buy on Amazon, and as the story goes, the fact is the internet is where terrible people meet to exchange terrible ideas, terrible pictures, terrible stories, and terrible products. Amazon.com, they are the leading online purveyor of just about anything you want, and they came up with a list of 25 things that you can actually go and buy on Amazon.com that are maybe not the most must-have things in the world, but some of these are fairly entertaining, and I like them.
All right, what do you got?
Number 25 for $13.99, you can buy the Nicolas Cage pillowcase. Perfect if you're intent on trapping yourself in a cage. Fun fact, this pillowcase won more Oscars than The Wicker Man. As far as, these are some of the reviews they also attached to.
I like that. That's funny.
Yeah, if you bought somebody a Nicolas Cage pillowcase.
It's one thing to buy someone else, because they understand it's a joke. It's different. Try to invite some chick to your house to have two Nicolas Cage pillowcases on your bed there.
There is, at number 24,
I would.
This is a not safe for work purchase, but it is an erotic fiction novel, and it's titled Milked by Force. It is $9.99. Carly never expected to become a human bovine, milked and allowed to graze. Then Lindstrom Lactation Laboratories paid her $1,000 to become their human bovine for a week. She was treated with Milk Down X, a special formula, which made her lactate, and became so sensitive that milking drove her wild with desire.
This is an erotic novel?
This is a erotic fiction novel, Milked by Force, $9.99, available at Amazon.com.
Generally speaking, erotic would suggest that I might get aroused. That did the opposite.
Yep. Then we have the face training mask. This mask trains the unused muscles of the face to reduce signs of aging. How it works is beyond anyone, though the one review seals it as something we need. My face can do a lot of fun tricks. However, half of it only wants to play dead. Does anyone else smell something burning?
Jesus.
Also available on Amazon, and the inflatable party sheep for only $27.99. Perfect gift for the upcoming bachelor party, birthday, retirement, or fraternity party. You can get a party sheep for personal reasons if you want. These party sheep are not anatomically correct. It does say that, in fact, on the description there. So
you can't
that as well.
Yeah, it is weird. The bachelorette party, right? Like you were talking about, Miles, is full of gummy penises and stuff. I don't understand why the bachelor party needs a fake sheep.
It makes us look weird, right? Because that's the direction we go.
Yeah.
We understand the penis thing. Why do you guys have a sheep? Like, now that I'm thinking about it, there's something wrong with all of this.
Somebody's got to get drunk and hump it.
Right. Men do all kinds of dumb stuff like that. We don't even get it. Like you call someone a sea sucker.
Right.
That shouldn't be a bad term.
Well, depends.
That should be a positive term, right? You do what? Cool.
No, you're insulting them.
I know, but I mean, as far as the general, we make it a negative term. it shouldn't be negative at all.
Yeah, but you're calling me that.
calling
That's not
women.
something
You
I
wouldn't
do.
say that to, you just say that to a woman?
No, God, no.
But that's not an insult.
That's right.
Well, look, I'm a father. So when people call me an MFer, it's like,
Well, yeah.
well, yeah.
Right.
I mean,
That's
I
not really an
am.
insult.
But that can go both ways, right? He's the coolest MFer. He's the worst MFer. Like MFer, just depends what you put before
Okay.
it
All
to
right.
determine
Yep.
if you're being insulted or not. But
You're
by
right.
definition, I just am.
Inflection on MF, it goes a long way.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-OLA.
Now I'm just thinking of all the ways I could say it
All
in my
the
head.
different ways, right?
Yeah.
I mean, take
You're
some
right.
time and think about it
Yeah.
yourself.
Like this.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola! Jason, what did you buy?
So, some years ago, I was stationed in Germany, fellas.
Yeah, we remember.
Oh, yes. And so, one night I was with a buddy, and we left a drinking establishment, and we were waiting for the train to start running, so we ended up hanging out at the red light district for a little while, and I ended up buying us a couple of ladies on my debit card.
They take debit?
Yeah, they did. They took debit, and it came in euros, and each lady was about 170 euros apiece. And so that Monday morning, I got into work, and I checked my email, and it got an email from BECU saying my debit card had been flagged for suspicious activity.
Oh, really?
So we just, yeah.
Well, how does it show up? How does it itemize it? You know, when I look at a credit card bill, it says what you purchased. How does that ring up when you look at that?
I'm not sure. I know BECU thought it was a red flag, so they flagged that account.
Does that mean that they didn't get paid?
They did not get paid. I told them my debit card had been sold, and so we got the ladies for free, and they sent me a new debit card. And we actually went back into that establishment a couple of weeks later, and the gentleman that runs it chased us out with a billy club.
I bet he did. Yeah, because
they didn't get their money.
Yeah, because you owe money. What if you would have said, we're here to pay what we owe? They probably would have flagged it again and canceled your card. So were you prepared with cash this time?
No, we were actually going to try,
because look, if you dine and dash,
of course you would try it again.
If you dine and dash,
That's
the
what he did.
manager looks you in the eyes. You're not going to go back to that same place when the manager's working, right?
Well, it was the only red light district by the train station. We would hang out there. You know, we initially did pay. I paid the bill. You know, it just
you weren't trying.
Exactly.
Right.
Miles, you're kind of right and kind of wrong. I did have to pay the dine and dash bill, but I love that diner so much, I still went.
You did?
Yeah, it was only awkward for like the first month of going back in there.
I mean, look, once you pay the bill, it's all
They
square.
didn't give you the side eye or anything?
Oh, yeah, of course. But I mean, like he's saying, I could walk to this diner. It was open 24 hours. Like,
Oh, my God.
I was still going to go in there and get food.
I got a funny story about
Pride be damned.
About my buddy many years back was covering the Olympics for NBC. Okay,
This is a buddy I know.
yeah, he's single at the time. He's over there doing his thing, but he's going to spend a couple days on the way back, and he's going to go to Amsterdam. He's going to meet a couple friends there. They're going to get ready. They're going to throw down. So, as guys do, when you're young and you're having a good time, you're drinking all day, whatever. They decide that it would be in their best interest to just check out the red light district.
Just check it out.
Just check
yeah,
it out.
just check it out.
We're just gonna browse.
Which basically looks like an old Dickens horror story. Basically,
Right.
as far as that area, it's just old. It's gray. It's cobblestone streets. They're narrow, and it's kind of like stepping back in time. So he goes and does what he does. All right, and apparently in Amsterdam, you need to convince the person who is working there that you are worthy of their company. You can't just go and say, hey, I would like to do whatever. They have to agree, and they kind of give you a one-on-one, and you sit down.
How
and
long does this take?
I don't know. They determine if you are somebody that they would like to be with or not. So it's a personal choice.
I'm not. That's why I'm here.
Based on every individual person who you talk to. You might actually have talked to 2 or 3 people before one agrees to go with you.
It was easier to get this job.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So I learned of this experience. How was it? First time ever doing anything like that before. It was great. Blah, blah, blah. Trust me, after being over there for a month at a time, not seeing anybody, I'm ready to go. The whole deal. Blah, 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 blah. So about 3 or 4 years go by. Okay? Maybe 2. I don't know. They're doing a story on Dateline or one of these shows, 48 Hours. Mm-hmm. And it is about the red light district in Amsterdam and all of these different things. I'm not sure exactly if a murder happened there. It was something that had to do with some story that was pertinent, but it was an individual case story. But they were interviewing some of the women who worked in that establishment when this went down. Sure. Fair enough. So my buddy is now sitting on the couch with his girlfriend. The woman he's dating at the time, I don't think he dated very long, a couple weeks, whatever, but they were still hanging out. So they're watching the show together, and the woman who they interview first is the woman like 3 girls down that eventually agreed to have sex with him.
Right.
And he loses it. But he can't tell the girl.
You can't bring this up.
He can't tell the person beside him what's going on. So I get this phone call, and it's like about 10:30 at night, right? And I pick it up, and he's like, "Hey, Miles, you there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. Why are you whispering?" "I got my girl in the other room. You got to turn on Dateline." I'm like, "Why do I got to turn on Dateline?" He's like, "Remember that girl I was telling you about in Amsterdam?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, "She's on TV right now, man. I can't tell anybody, but you need to know, man. You got to check this out because you'd be the only one to get it other than me, man. But you got to get in on this." I'm like, "All right, man. Well, have a good night, man. I'll check it out." So I'm watching that, and then I turn on the TV, and I'm like, "Oh God, I hope that's not the one."
Oh, no. Is that bad?
They interviewed like 2 or 3, but I never got specifically which one it was.
You never found out?
I didn't know which one because they interviewed 2 or 3 different ladies.
Right.
So I assumed who maybe it was, but I didn't really know.
Based on what? Based on what?
So then I called him back. Like, "Which one is it?" "It's the blonde. I knew it." Good work. Exactly. I was like, that is weird, man.
God, that had to be a weird moment. Like, oh.
Because you're halfway around the world at this point.
Especially, and the girlfriend probably noticed some change in body language. Like, "Are you all right?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I jumped up real quick, made a phone call.
Why is your forehead sweaty?
I had that conversation.
What's that?
Because I dated a girl that was a hairdresser.
All right.
And somebody that she was cutting hair for was a fan of the men's room, but also was kind of a fan of hers. So when I see her later that night, I just get, "Did you go to the Bunny Ranch and sleep with hookers?"
Oh, God. That's how the
conversation started.
So you know me. I made it much better. So I said, "Yeah. All right, 6 of them." Oh, she goes, "I didn't need to know the number." I was like, "I'm just getting all the info out now." She's getting it all out now.
But you can laugh about it now.
Yeah. I mean, we broke up, yeah.
Did that end it?
No. We were fine for a little bit after that, but
But was it different? Did it feel a little weird?
Not at that point, but you know me. I was just like, yeah, 6 of them. Let's just get it out there. And she's like, "Why did you tell me the number?"
You brought it up.
I was like, do you want me to be honest or not?
Right, exactly.
You gotta be careful how much honesty you ask for a guy like me.
Didn't you just have a conversation with me out in the hall 45 minutes ago? Like, man, sometimes you
yeah.
Exactly what you did is exactly what you told me. Man, people just should not give up so much information.
Did you tell her you went twice?
No. Actually, I went 3 times.
So what's the total number?
11?
Keep it to yourself.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
I'm Sparkly.
I'm bubbly.
And together, we're Mineragua.
The fresh, sparkling water for those who are bubbling over with life.
And crave new experiences.
Are you thirsty for adventure, more laughs, and more excitement?
With Mineragua in hand, it's easy to live life with sparkle.
Just look for the glass bottles with tiny bubbles wrapped in blue.
And you'll taste and feel the difference of Mineragua sparkling water.
Mineragua, get your fizz.
Geico presents Motorcycle Word of the Day. Today's word is tank slapper. Is a tank slapper used to describe a handlebar wobble? Or is it a motorcycle joke that is so funny you just have to slap the gas tank with your hand as you laugh? As in...
Oh, man, Daryl told me a great joke last night. It was hilarious. It was something about a dog wearing sunglasses. I wish I could remember. It was a real tank slapper.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Oh, yeah, our question, what did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-HOLA.
Hello, Shirag. Welcome to the Men's Room.
What's up, y'all? How are you?
Hola! We're doing great. What did you buy?
Oh, right. So, actually went to Italy some time ago and decided with my wife to buy some penis pasta. Took it home, thought we hid it well enough, and my kids end up finding it, and my younger daughter, Steve, you know her.
Yes, I do.
Decided to call it bone pasta. Too many puns in that one. And then my parents found it later on and decided to cook with it and hand it to my kids and let them eat it.
Wait a minute. No, wait. You've explained your parents to me many times. If you could actually do an imitation of your father, I think people might appreciate the circumstance. So did they recognize what it was when they were cooking it?
No, they had no idea. Not a single thing, because my mom
we had the leftovers when we came home. And it was just sitting there in the fridge casually, and my mom comes up to me and says, Chirag, we made some pasta for the kids. We could not find any more, and we had this for them. And I looked at it, and looked at me, and I was like, oh, God, what the hell were they thinking?
Did you,
not even a question.
Did you explain to your mom what it had gone on there?
Oh, hell no.
Okay,
you understand traditional Indian parents?
Okay,
no.
Okay, all right.
I can tell you something else that you will laugh about, that you bought. Now, Chirag's a buddy of mine, lives in Texas. Mm-hmm. We have been making plans for the last, 4 or 5 months. Once Rage Against the Machine announced, hey, man, we're going back out on tour. And they were going to play in, 4 weeks maybe, 5 weeks, whatever it is.
April 28th, if I remember correctly.
We got our tickets. We are ready to go. The show was canceled.
Yeah. Like a lot of other things.
Just today.
Mm-hmm.
Just today, yes. I've got your F-word text message to explain.
But I will say this, at least the pasta came from Italy, so it was really good pasta.
Did you actually eat any of the penis pasta? Because he's right, man.
I'm not going to lie. I did eat some of it, and it was not bad. It was kind of awkward, eating penis pasta. But, it's from Italy. It tastes good.
I know, but look, if you just have a regular... if you just have a regular box of macaroni and cheese, okay? And then you replace it with a penis pasta.
Right.
Now, it's the same taste. It's the same everything. Just psychologically. You know what I mean? Scooping up a big forkful or spoon. I don't know how you eat your macaroni and cheese.
It's all in your mind.
Some people are spoon people.
In the mouth.
Some people are fork people. But either way, it's just like, all right, here it comes, like an airplane. Yeah.
Not like an airplane.
I'm trying to think. I might have eaten a
I'll
penis
talk to you
chocolate
soon,
once.
man. I'll talk to you soon, bro.
All right, see y'all.
Yeah, man.
Hey, it's like I was saying yesterday. Like, I am a huge sports fan. So my buddy is like, come down to Dodger Stadium, opening day, dugout tickets. Like, we're going to be in those seats. You see the famous people at Dodger Stadium.
You're going to get a Dodger dog?
Yeah.
The whole deal.
And it was like, he has this the company he works for is doing some huge thing. So it was basically like free booze, free food. I was like, this could be the greatest Thursday of my life.
But see, here's the thing, right? So that was going to be your experience. Me and the guy that just called, we're going to go to Rage Against the... He's going to fly 2,000 miles just so he can go to this. That's canceled. You said your brother had the opportunity to go to South by Southwest, essentially on the house, right?
Correct, because I didn't realize South by Southwest has a ton of stuff besides just the music part.
Yeah.
So the beginning of the week is for educators.
And it's also a film festival.
Right, so he had a great plan. And to be honest with you, you guys know Bert Kreischer, the comedian?
Right, don't know.
So
this guy always takes off his shirt.
Right, the machine.
Yes, okay.
So Sunday night, he's in D.C. My brother goes to see him at Constitution Hall or something.
Which is a nice venue.
Great. And then Monday morning, he's flying to Austin.
All
South by
right.
Southwest. I talked to him Monday night, and he's like, it got canceled. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And he's a principal, so it hasn't really been an easy week for him.
No. But here's my thing. So what do you do? So me and Chirag, we're trying to figure... He says, hey, man, just hold on to the tickets. And it's like, that's great, but I don't know if this thing's going to end up canceled. Do we get our money back? Is it post? Because, again, his plan, much like you, Ted, it's not about, hey, we will honor your tickets on this day. His tickets are for a venue 2,000 miles away. So it's not like he's just driving 20 miles to the stadium or whatever.
Yeah.
So he still has to book another trip, which I believe he'd already booked. Probably lost that. He had a hotel room. He probably lost that. But like you for the Dodgers, if they say, hey, we're going to honor those tickets, but now it's a Wednesday night game. I'm like, again, you're 800, 1,000 miles away. It's not like you just hop in the car.
I worry about anybody who comes here and then has to leave here and go back home where maybe their areas are not as affected as much. Because
yeah, but he doesn't like his family, so it's cool.
You could have contracted the virus, or it's just the fact that you're basically a leper by the time you get back. I know,
but it's inevitably it's going to get there, right? It is inevitable. So. Look, you exercise your due diligence, wash your hands. And by the way, we came up with another song that lasts 20 seconds to wash your hands to. We'll get to that later. But so you still have to do your due diligence. Like, it's going to get there. And I think Chirag, like myself, is like, look, in the end, I really want to see Rage Against the Machine. Right? So you do it, you get it over with. But it's not going to happen now. But I get it.
Every single tour out there has basically been canceled. What did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. So, Mike, what'd you buy?
Well, just go back a little bit. I was a MFer. I was a grand MFer, and I told my granddaughter she should hurry up and have a kid so I could be a great grand MFer.
Nice.
So I bought a vacuum cleaner back in 1976, and they used to have people go door to door and sell everything. And the Kirby guys would go door to door and sell vacuum cleaners. They dump dirt on your floor and vacuum it up. And I was a kid, so I bought the vacuum cleaner that had everything. It had payments for a year and a half. And
And Mike, can I interrupt you 1 second? Did they honestly, so like I've seen it in movies and TV shows, did they honest to God dump dirt on your floor?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
That's what they do.
Was this a canister vac?
No, it was a bag vac, upright.
Okay.
And it had a bag or a box full of all kinds of tools. It had a floor waxer and a carpet cleaner, and it even had this table thing that went on the front. It had a jigsaw.
What?
Yeah,
Vacuum cleaner, jigsaw, everything.
So my wife told me she thought I was so damn dumb until about 2 years later, I used the jigsaw to put a sunroof in her car.
With a vacuum cleaner?
With a vacuum cleaner.
Get out of here.
It died. It only made it just enough to make that one hole for the sunroof, but it made it. So then she, you did it? It was so good. I said, yeah, with my vacuum cleaner.
Mm-hmm. What company makes the vacuum / jigsaw?
Kirby.
It was Kirby.
And it was all based on that. It was all based on that rotary motor.
Yeah, the vacuum lasted 30 years, and we never used anything but the jigsaw.
I got to ask, how much did that cost? Do you remember altogether? I mean, because you paid for it.
$400.
$400. That's a lot of money in the
1976.
So wait, you said you used the jigsaw for 30 years.
No, I used the vacuum for 30 years. The jigsaw I got through one use.
How heavy was that thing?
It was a beast.
I just remember that from childhood.
Really, really good.
You know, your parents were like, hey, vacuum the stairs or take the vacuum upstairs. And as a kid, the vacuums back then, I just remember, it was like picking up a car and dragging this thing up.
I just know there's something very satisfying about plugging in a new vacuum cleaner for the first time in vacuuming. I don't know what that is for me, but I'm just like, oh, this is a good one. I'm going to have this one for a while.
Because you can hear the bits.
I don't know why.
Because we're getting old.
Yeah, I know. Bagless and everything, man.
You know what I do, man? I like to put that stuff on the carpet before I vacuum.
The scenting stuff?
Deodorizer.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and fresh when you're done.
Yeah, and then when I'm done, it's like, God damn, we did it again, boys.
It smells good. This place is clean now.
But it's only me.
Right. What did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. So, Josh, what'd you buy?
How you guys doing today?
We're doing great, man.
Good.
So what'd you buy, Josh?
My first wedding ring.
Well, wait. Can you laugh about it now, or are you still in a process of regret?
Oh, no, I can laugh about it now. I'm happily engaged and absolutely stunned and floored by it.
All right. How old were you when you first got married?
21.
That's a pretty young age to get married as far as being able to save up enough money to buy an engagement.
Well, how much was the engagement ring?
Well, her dad made a deal. He'll buy her rings if I buy mine.
Oh, really? And how much was he willing to spend?
Well, he spent $5,000 on hers.
Ooh. And how much did you spend on yours?
Like $26 at a silver shop at the mall.
Yeah. All right, nice.
That's all you need.
That's love right there. And so why can you laugh about it now? Just because the marriage was a disaster, or what?
Or how much money you saved?
Oh, it was a train wreck.
How long did it last?
Lasted 5 years, 3 years separated.
Wow.
Okay. So was it because what do you attribute it to? Being too young, or just not the right people for each other? What?
Well, I mean, I wound up with only one rule out of this relationship that for the rest of my life, for any other relationship. Don't lie to me. That's it.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think a sense of trust trust goes a big way in a relationship.
Side note, the late, great Bernie Mac said that the word MFer is a noun. Describes a person, place, or thing.
Solid point, man.
That is very strong. It really is.
What did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-OLA.
I know I've brought this up before, but I always think of just me and DB living together, and we just had every device. But the quesadilla maker was by far the most ridiculous.
Did you have the Deion Sanders hot dog maker that Steve brought up?
It would even steam your buns.
It would steam the buns, and then it would roast the hot dogs.
I know.
Why? Did you want one?
No, you talked about it for like 2 years.
Oh, I know. So I'm saying, I wanted one bad. I was like, man, if it's just...
You need a hot dog maker. That's the only thing about it. Like, I have not met anyone who struggles to make hot dogs.
It's
like
the bun is toasted, and the hot dog
steamed or toasted
is electrically crispified. You know what I'm saying? Like, you drop it in the hole, man, and it does it kind of like a roller, but it's more of an electric sear.
Yeah, it's a hot dog, man. Listen, nobody struggled to make hot dogs. Like,
Yeah, but Dion said I got the bun taken care of. I got the dog taken
Now, the
care of.
sales part to me, the thing that did pique my interest, the idea of cooking my hot dog seems stupid, but I believe it steamed the buns. And I'm like, well, I mean, like I can toast my own buns, but I can't steam them.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-John
because of that whole conversation, we bought a hot dog roller. We actually had somewhat of a home grade hot dog roller, not as nice as a commercial one, but man, you walk in the office at least once a week, man, you get a whiff of those hot dogs going. That was a good time.
Hot dog, sausage.
Yeah, chili. We did it all.
The occasional.
Ted didn't get as excited about it, I guess.
I didn't. I felt like the excitement lasted very shortly.
Yeah,
but I will also say this. At our old work, we had a great deck. And believe it or not, there wasn't as many buildings. You could see the needle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's July 4th. My buddy comes in, and I go, hey, man, we'll go by the building. I got us covered. And then, like, I don't know if I expected, like, I maybe thought you guys were going to be. Basically, it's just me and my buddy and then a bunch of people from sales and stuff that I'm not super tight with at the time. And we go back to the office, and we're sitting there eating hot dogs off the hot dog roller and, like, sharing a bag of chips. And he goes, this is the saddest cookout I've ever been to.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-OLA. It had vents on top. If you put the buns on top of the lid, you could steam them.
Yeah, to me, that's the only thing that was interesting.
That wasn't a bad unit.
Dude, you should get the Hot Dog Express.
What is
the
that?
Hot Dog Express?
That's Dion's thing. It's called Deion Sanders Hot Dog Express.
Still selling
it
this
now?
I mean, like, is this thing honestly still like the George Foreman grill? Everyone I knew at some point had it, and it wasn't the worst thing.
No, you're right. That's just the one we have.
Okay.
Yeah, the Foreman grill though, they're still around.
People use them.
Yeah,
that's like the hot dog cooker. You could only really make hot dogs, and I don't know anyone that eats so many hot dogs that you need a dedicated device. It's not like a coffee maker.
And outside of a sporting event, I feel like I only end up eating hot dogs like twice a year.
Since I've had kids, I eat them more. 'Cause summertime, it's these. But even then, like I do not need a separate hot dog maker. You just freaking
You don't need a separate, like, even flat grill for pancakes unless you're feeding 15 people.
You don't, but that's different.
I know.
I love that flat grill for cooking a big breakfast.
But you can make.
Do you
other
whip out the
things.
flat grill?
Yeah.
Anymore or all the time?
We literally last
night I used it.
Last week, me, Thrill, and Robin had like a 5-minute conversation about buying a giant flat top.
Yeah, I bought a giant flat top. I didn't plan to, but I'm leaving Home Depot, and they had it on sale. But, dude, listen, again, if you have little kids in the house, it goes a real long way. So, like, if you cook all the time outside, get one. If you have little kids, get one. I'm telling you, this thing, it's one of the best purchases I made by accident.
Bacon on it? What do you make on it?
Dude, bacon, eggs, the hot dogs, hamburgers, they're stupid-ass vegetables, do seafood. I mean, things like...
Really?
6 feet wide, about 4 feet deep, right?
Jesus, that's a big flat top.
Dude, yeah. I mean, this is the outdoor one.
I got you.
This is not in my kitchen.
No. All right, okay.
I am not rolling like that, bro. It is currently...
So it's a grill, but it's a flat top.
It's a flat top. And picture, like, when you go to the Japanese steakhouse, right?
Right.
You just watch everything they do. You're just doing it there. And I'm telling you...
Cheesesteaks, man.
Name it.
Yeah.
Name it. It can be done.
What did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-OLA.
I'd like to see you man that, Miles.
I would love to man that.
Dude,
thing.
you would absolutely love this thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I sit at the counter a lot of times and just mesmerized by watching the guys do breakfast. I'm like, what kind of omelet's that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that looks a good one. Yeah.
Shout out to Eagle from Burning Man. Those omelets were delicious.
Hello, Paul. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Paul, what'd you buy?
It was a glass marijuana pipe that was shaped like a penis.
Okay.
We're really inspiring people today. What happened to it?
It broke eventually, you know.
It sucks. Yeah.
It does. And it's the fate of all glass pipes.
I've never seen that. I've seen a lot of...
the penis-shaped one?
No, I've seen a lot of different bongs, but never seen that before.
I may have. I don't know that I've actively looked.
I've seen a bowl. I've hit off a bowl and gone, what is this? Oh, no way. No way.
Yeah.
That was a little bit...
That was on my mouth. By the way, I was talking smack on the hot dog cooker.
Right.
Says, I have both a hot dog toaster and a hot dog steamer. Both are great. Hey, a hot dog maker's cool. Don't try to bring down the dogs. Someone else says, wait a minute. You guys are making fun of a hot... Didn't you guys get a hot dog roller? Yes, we did.
I wasn't making fun. I said I'd like to have one.
Then someone else says air fry hot dogs on a 390 for 6 minutes. Put them buns in the back in the air fryer for a minute.
People swear by those things.
With air fryers?
The air fryer.
That is something I plan on purchasing.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know. I mean, what does it do that you can't just do normally?
It's just less grease,
Miles,
dude.
you have one.
I have an air fryer?
Most Instant Pot, you can air fry stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an air fryer too?
Yes.
I really need to open that box.
Open the damn box. That thing is spectacular.
Okay.
I mean,
have you ever air fried anything in it?
Again, I've only done the directions and clean it the first time. Okay. Which still is right. It's been about a year. I probably have to do
clean it the second time. Yeah, I'm definitely down with the air fryer, man. I mean, look, I know the food I make's not going to look as good as it looks in the commercials because nothing ever does. But I like the idea because it's just less grease, right? So one of the different, anytime you fry something, your house kind of smells like what you just fried. Not always awesome. Even with your Black Angus steakums, not always an awesome smell. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a shot anyway, man. I'm like, why the hell not?
Those Black Angus steakums are legit.
No, come on.
What did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-OLA.
Do they charge you more for those?
Yeah, because it's Black Angus.
But
it's not just regular steakums. This is a higher level steakum.
Yeah.
Man, I saw it this morning.
What's that?
I saw your Black Angus steakums this morning in the store.
Did you buy them?
No.
Oh, why not?
Honestly, because I was buying frozen chicken fingers and sweet potato fries. That's how I'm going to get by.
Are you shopping for my children? My God. That's like what's in her little drawer.
You got to stock up.
Hello, Ronnie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola. By the way, someone says an air fryer will change your life.
Really?
Yes, suck it.
People do love it, man.
Ronnie, what did you buy?
So, I was in the middle of a terrible breakup with my first wife. I hawked my wedding band, went out drinking. On the way home, I stopped at a 24-hour Safeway. And I managed to purchase a bunch of things that I didn't need, including a can of shoe polish, which all I wore at the time was Chuck Taylor tennis shoes.
Why do you think you bought shoe polish? Were you the only thing you're rocking are Chucks?
Were you drunk?
I was very drunk.
Okay, what else did you buy?
And then, well, it's not so much what I bought is I shoplifted a giant cactus on my way out.
Did you just pick it up and walk out?
Cuddlier than my ex-wife.
Huh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It was easier to hug.
Jeez, okay, that's good.
I was on a bicycle at the time, so I have no idea how I got home with all of this stuff.
But you did make it home.
I did make it home, and then the next day was when I realized that I don't know why I needed AAA batteries, shoe polish, and a giant cactus.
I'm sure you had a plan in mind.
It sounds like a weird sexual thing.
I had some kind of plan in mind. It never came through.
Yeah, well, maybe you're thinking about moving to Arizona and buying some cowboy boots.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, someone wants to know what a steakum is.
A steakum?
Like, it is I can't even call it a cut of meat. They take whatever meat is left from the slaughterhouse, press it into this flat kind of sheet so it looks like raw steak, all right? And it's a rectangular shape.
And they're in the frozen area.
In the frozen area. And we're not, it's maybe an eighth of an inch thick, about 8 inches long, 4 inches wide. You heat up a skillet or pan. You drop this pressed...
Two or three of them.
Meat-like product. You drop it in there, and it cooks in no time because it's so thin. And in the end, it's not that you have steak. You have a steak and it almost tastes like meat.
It's kind of like a Philly cheesesteak type steak. You guys shred it all up.
Right.
Dump cheese on it.
It looks like Philly cheesesteak steak.
The beef we buy is called beef trimmings. Says Joey Pizza, director of marketing for the brands.
Oh, that's selling it, Joey. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
If your tank water heater's over 8 years old, you may be sitting on a ticking time bomb. It could start leaking without warning, causing far more damage than the loss of the heater itself. Consider replacing it with a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to leak, endless hot water for spa-like comfort, longer life, and backed by Navien's strong warranty. Before time runs out, visit tanklessmadesimple.com for the name of your Navien contractor.
Count on Navien.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
From Amazon's list of 25 things that you can buy through Amazon.com. Because let's face it, they sell everything. But some of the more crazier items that are available, believe it or not, these are all true. For $11, you can buy 1,500 ladybugs.
Why? Is that a gardener thing? I mean, like, what?
Probably, as far as pesticide, they're pretty good at that, aren't
What
they?
do they do? Do they eat other insects? I don't know.
I don't know. Here's another one. Obama toilet paper for $6. Politics aside, you're barely getting 2-ply here. It is only 1-ply, which they say in a review should be illegal in itself.
Yes. 1-ply toilet paper does nothing.
Here's an interesting one. This is a great do-it-yourselfer, especially if you're a project person. Tattoo removal laser is $50.
Home use?
Oh, yeah. They say if you don't have the skill set to avoid getting a tattoo that's bad in the first place, chances are you're ill-equipped to personally burn said tattoo off your lower back using a laser beam.
I could help people with that.
What, the laser?
Laser removal.
Laser removal.
Come on over to Ted's and, get that off.
For $14, you can buy the Unicorn and Dolphin 6 double-sided cigarette case. Nothing says I want to express my irreverent feelings towards smoking like a cigarette case with a unicorn and a dolphin engaged in graphic interspecies relations, according to one review. And then for $10...
I kind of want to buy that.
I mean, look, if they weren't having sex, my daughter would love that.
You can buy...
She loves dolphins. She loves unicorns.
Honest to God, you can buy coyote urine, uniquely formulated to repel pesky animals, nagging girlfriends, as they say, and overbearing wives. Become your very own fortress of solitude for just $10.12 with coyote urine. Our question, what did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999-OLA.
My mother bought, I believe it was coyote urine, a couple of years ago. They were still living on the East Coast. My mom loves to work in the yard. She's always had a beautiful yard. It's just what she does. And she has a green thumb. I don't remember what she planted, but it's one of those things the deer love to eat, right? So every morning, she would go out there and try to shoo the deer away, screamed all over stuff, but it was driving her nuts. But they got hip to her schedule, more or less. So she's like, I would go out. When I come back, they'd ravaged whatever. But they waited for her to pull out in the car. So she finally buys a coyote urine, puts it around the perimeter, whatever it was she's trying to protect. And she's like, this stuff smells so bad. Like, your father's pissed off because we have to close the windows to the house. He's like, why can I smell coyote urine? Well, it's supposed to be for the deer. So she feels pretty good about this because it smells that strong, smells that bad. Not only did the deer come back anyway, but she said now she's pissed. So she's like, I go charging at these deer. She said, this buck lifted his head, looked at me like, I dare you to take one more step further. I'm like, what'd you do with that? She's like, I let him eat my damn plants.
Yeah, exactly.
my garden smells like pee. The deer aren't scared of me, so she's like, I have to let it go.
It might have even been a coyote. You might have attracted one of those. That's what I was thinking.
Do you know, right? I could get a homeless guy. If you just need pee that smells, like I could go through downtown Seattle, find every homeless guy, like, hey, man, do me a solid. Just pee in the jar. Like, before you pee in your pants.
I got to take a drug test, buddy. Here's $5.
Right.
Help me out.
I'll give you my pee. You give me your pee, and I can sell that as coyote urine. But I'll bet you this. From the people I've interacted with in downtown Seattle, better chance of keeping a deer away with their pee than coyote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good for keeping animals away, bad for passing a test.
It's also bad when it rains, man. If you've got at least 2 to 3 weeks of dry weather here in my neighborhood, the first rain.
Oh, God.
And it's not often here that you look forward to rain, but when there is a dry spell, you go out and rain. It's like, oh, man, we need this. Well, in my neighborhood, all you smell is human urine.
I know. In your neighborhood in particular.
It's like it's just washing down the street.
By the way, we were saying ladybugs, right? And I'm guessing they were for gardening use. Yes, they are. So ladybugs eat aphids, and aphids eat plants, especially things like tomatoes. So I bought like 25,000 ladybugs and 5,000 crickets, released them in school as a senior prank. And then someone else said, I bought the ladybugs. It was really cool. They spread out the moment I opened the package, but my daughter loved it.
Didn't you have a situation where your brother, for a science fair project, he bought gnats or fruit flies? Or?
He didn't buy them, but I'm not sure what the experiment was supposed to be. But yeah, it was high school.
Oh, I know he did, because I used the same catalog had them that I bought all my stuff when I bought my platyhelminthuses and my ant farms and all the science fair stuff.
Stop bragging!
It was called it was out of North Carolina too. But either way, that was how you did your science fair project. So, but you had to buy that stuff.
But he was part of a team project.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And but as the team project,
Carolina Biological Supply.
That sounds just awful. One of the people on the team had to watch these fruit flies, and the fruit flies are inside of whatever kind of tank they're inside of. But he did not bother to tell them. And keep in mind, we lived in upstate New York at the time, and we always had fruit flies. Like, it was just a thing, man. You could do what you want to get rid of them. They're always around. So my brother brings this thing home for a science experiment. And to be fair, he is definitively the smart one in the family, certainly the good student out of the two of them. No, quite. I don't think this dude ever had less than an A in any class, oddly enough, except English. He couldn't get above a C. He used to get in trouble for that. My parents would take me to Red Lobster if I got a C. I mean, they were like, dude. So anyway, he brings these fruit flies home. He has them in his bedroom. He has not told anyone. And by anyone, I mean specifically my father. So I don't know how it came about, but my father discovers this thing in his room. My father just says to my brother, hey, man, why is that here? Well, we're doing a science project in school, and I said I would take it home and watch it. My father said, great. If I see one goddamn fruit fly, it's going to be the end of your life. Make sure they stay inside of that tank, right? Because fruit flies, it goes nuts. So my brother, being my brother, explains, this is, however, it's sealed with blah, blah, blah. They can't escape. My father just cuts them off. Says, great. I'm telling you, if I see one goddamn fruit fly, it's the end of your life. So, like 2 days goes by, but we're all sitting around having dinner. My father's looking down at his plate, cutting his food, and we see this little fruit fly with a lazy drift. Now, I'm very happy about this because I know what's going to happen. My mother sees it. We're all doing what we can not to have my father see it. He looks up from his plate. He sees it. There's a pause. He points at it. Adrian, what the F is that? I think that's a fruit fly. He immediately goes down to my brother's bedroom. The tank that they'd been in somehow fell off of his desk. And when you open my brother's door, it was a black cloud of fruit flies. I mean,
he slept through that for 2 days.
Oh, dude, he didn't want to say anything. He just ended up getting eaten by fruit flies.
What did you buy that you can laugh about now? 844-999.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.
You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.